Join us today as we talk a little bit about Lego-esque Star Trek ships, particularly different models of the Enterprise. Welcome back to those who've been here before. Welcome to those who've been new to the channel. My name's Bobby. This is Jim. This is the Geek Cabal channel. You've probably seen Jim in a few of the videos here lately. Hopefully, we're going to be seeing him in a few more videos here lately. And yes, the other two are still with us. We just keep having scheduling problems. So hopefully, those will resolve themselves shortly. But you know, similar to trying to have 4 adults play Dungeons and Dragons, having 4 adults get together to film videos is also very difficult. Those pesky things called lives. So, which you might not think that, people talking about Star Trek, but yes, it does happen. So, Jim, what do we have here? Well, aside from obvious, for those of you who are unaware, just briefly, with coloration and design, this is the original Enterprise as depicted in the TV series from the 60s. This is the A, right?
Yes.
Which eventually shows up in the movies. So, beyond that, Jim, take it away.
All right. So these two sets I purchased for about, I think it's $35 free shipping off a website called mockpixels.com.
Oh, was that 35 for the pair?
35 for the pair.
Okay.
So in this particular configuration, they sold the two as a bundle. You can buy them individually, but note that if you just bought one of these, neither one would qualify for the free shipping. So that's why I got the two. The Enterprise A was a little bit more than the original Enterprise there, but the one thing I noticed when building these two is actually the build quality on the original series Enterprise was a little bit sturdier than the one for the A here.
Yes, I believe you mentioned to me there were some issues with the A. Do you want to just briefly point a few of them out here?
Yeah. So I went ahead and with my, with some of the spare pieces I had laying around, went ahead and made some fixes to this. But one of the big ones was the side emblem here on the side only has 2 pegs holding it in. So the stripe down the side actually kept wanting to fall and droop and sag on it. So I added a 1x3 piece here to
connect the pins and then build on top of.
Yeah, exactly. So 1x3 here. Added some bracing on the back side of the pylon here because, again, this pylon only had 1 stud holding the section together.
Yeah, you probably won't see that in the official set. Probably.
And then the big one here, another one I did was the secondary hole is actually split in half right here. And one of the things that was happening is it was wanting to twist. So I took this section apart and actually added a 2x4 plate into the secondary hole
so it actually connects and not just...
Besides that, I mean, I like the idea of the sets. I mean, obviously, they're never going to make a set like this for Lego. At least I don't believe they'll ever make a set like this. So with the limited options that you have on purchasing something like this, it's kind of nice, but just note that with some of these off-brand sets, not just from Mock Pixel, but from anybody, there's going to be times that you're going to have to go in and probably add some pieces, redo things. The stand was another one. The stand for this one actually was very substantial, very nice.
So this is the stand for this one that came with?
Yeah, this one came with this stand. This one here just had a pin with like a dish base, and I should have brought that, but it when you put it on there, it just bent. It was so weak that it just wanted to, this is a fairly heavy set for just a little pin to be on. So
was it the solid round dish?
No, it was just...
No, I mean, like, is it like this, solid like this? Because if it were, say, the larger radar dish, is it the rod with the pin, that can plug in on the end?
Yeah.
If you were to take the larger radar dish and run the rod up through the bottom,
and that probably,
I bet that would be more stable.
Probably. But I actually like mine right here because, again, I did it black just, for like to
Yeah.
look like space. So it doesn't look like there's anything really holding it up there. Um, but for like I say, for $35, I put 11 extra pieces into this set. This one here, the one neck piece, it's I don't know, it's a 1x3 upside down angle or slope.
An inverted slope.
The inverted
starts on one peg, expands to three as it goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I had to replace on this one because the clutch power, as you said, is not there, so it wanted to fall apart. But we'll get some close-up shots so you can see what it looks like here. Kind of nice is the updates that I did on this one here. Pretty much you can't tell that I made any changes to it. I was able to find the right pieces to make it slope and
Make it so.
Make it so.
Yeah. So I think you told me in describing these that pretty much all the parts appear to correlate to actual Lego parts.
Yeah, I don't.
And not like some of the weird rando parts you get where they're like, well, we need this specific thing. We'll make that specific block, like Mega Bloks does a lot of times.
Yeah, because.
So, like in theory, you could possibly actually build these out of regular Lego blocks if you wanted to.
Yep.
Assuming all the parts exist in the right colors and everything.
Correct. I think the ones that would be kind of hard to find would be these light blue on the inside of the warp nacelles.
Yeah, that light blue might actually be really difficult because that looks an awful lot like Maersk blue, and they like actually own that color. I could be wrong. Yours might be a little bit darker, but yeah, it's a specific shade of blue because Lego has teamed up with them to make a couple sets, and those are the only sets that have parts in those colors. Because Maersk, the shipping company, for those of you who've never heard of it, the sets they have are a ship and a train. And the train's quite valuable because it's the only one, and they don't make parts in those colors for any other sets because Maersk owns the colors somehow. But yeah, unless it's that, then you're out of luck. Because unless they made those parts for that set, then.
And kind of one last thing on this is as far as like for a display and everything, I 100% say this is a good way to go to get a set like this. Just understand that the build quality and some of the way that they construct, like I said, the pylons on here, I had to put some reinforcement on it because anytime you would move it, it would want to fall. But even with just like I said, 11 pieces that I put into this, it sturdied it up. I was able to transport it just fine. All of that. Again, but with that being said, that means these are not going to be something that you're going to be able to give your kids to play with.
So the swoosh factor is basically zero.
Yeah, because the neck holding the saucer section on both of these is just, I think, 3 pegs on each one, or 3 pegs on this one, 2 pegs on that one.
Well, not to divert too much here, but were you the one that was telling me that if you were to actually make the Enterprise to scale, the neck would only be like 6 meters wide or something?
That's the unfortunate thing is unless you increase the scale and made it like double wide for the neck, in this scale, the neck, But yes, supposedly somebody did the measurements of the ship and realized that the neck of at least of the A would only be 6 meters wide based off the other dimensions of the ship. So
well, I mean, several other people depict ships as submarines in space. Maybe parts of the Enterprise are too. But what other ships did they have?
So if Star Trek's not your thing, some of the other items that they carried, they had Johnny 5 from Short Circuit, Ed 209, 2 different models. So like
scales.
Yeah, like a detail. Well, probably, and one was definitely more detailed than the other one. So 2 different price points. The Eagle 5 from Spaceballs, and then not
it's been
just
a while since I was. Is that Lone Star ship?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's
the Winnebago with wings.
The Winnebago with wings.
Okay. Well, I shouldn't say that. I actually just watched it not too long ago, but I didn't remember them calling it that. But yeah, I know the only other ships, the Spaceball 1.
Yeah, and it's not just sci-fi movies. I mean, it just happens to be that sci-fi is what catches my eye. But they had even some memes in there. They had the meme dog where the building's on fire and everything is fine. That's it.
There you go. It's like I think pop figure I saw of the dumpster fire.
Kevin from Up, the giant bird that's all colorful that eats the guy's walker.
I never watched it.
Oh,
I'll take your word
gosh.
for it.
Yes.
There's a
They-
Lego
they-
set for that though, for the old guy's house with the old man and the kid and all the balloons and everything.
Well, now you can get Kevin with the old man's walker and baby Kevin. So,
There you go.
and I only know this because I was told that I need to get that set. So, because I had a friend that helped me put this together, the the first one here, and she told me that she wants something a little more colorful than the original Enterprise. So,
Yeah, I mean the ship goes through space. It doesn't need a lot of color. So,
all right.
but yeah. So you say you want to do some close-ups here?
Yeah, we'll do some close-ups and.
All right. So we'll cut to that here. All right, so hopefully you folks saw what you wanted to see there with the close-ups. Any closing thoughts, Jim?
No, just we'll put the website in the description
Yeah.
so you can, if you want to go and look at them yourself. Just note that these took 15 days to come to get shipped in, so there is a little bit of a wait time.
They're coming from China, I take it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're coming from China. A little bit of a wait time. And note that, like I said, the build quality is okay. I mean, most of the pieces, the clutching was pretty decent, but you may have to add a couple of pieces to
Yeah.
these.
Oh,
So.
just a little side note for those of you who are not Lego folks. Whenever we talk about clutch power, that's the blocks sticking together. Like there's an optimal, like you don't want it to be too much because you do want to be able to take them apart, but also it has to be enough to stay together. And that is a problem with non-Lego sets typically is that they do not have the clutch power. Mega Bloks had that problem for a long time. I think they have fixed it now. Lego goes to great lengths to make sure people cannot copy their designs to the point of like whenever the molds for the factory wear out, they bury them in concrete as foundations for their buildings to make sure other companies can't get a hold of them. Obviously, you know, the design is a tube inside of a block with other little tubes, so like, you know, you could figure that out if you're another company, but for the longest time, like, other companies had real problems with it. But anyway.
All right.
So is that pretty much it then?
That's it.
Alrighty. Well, folks, like Jim said, the description, we should have the website there in the description, so check that out, and just to be crystal clear, we're in no way affiliated with them or anything, so we're not going to get any kind of commission or anything from that. But otherwise, thank you guys for watching. Let us know down in the comments these things you want to see more of, Star Trek in general, or also just, you know, these kind of things. What else would you like to see, if not, or even if so? You know, and then the usual song and dance here at the end, you know, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. But other than that, just remember, live long and prosper.